Well, howdy doody folks. I haven't done this in a while because I've been sick, but I'm over my sickness almost, so there might be a guest appearance from my spluttering and my coughing today. But oh boy, do I have a roll call of news items for you that you might not be aware of. Kicking off with...
The following program contains naughty bits. But before each naughty bit comes on the screen, you'll hear this warning sound. And now, Thames Television brings you the program that's bigger than this, more daring than this, hotter than this, and more exciting than this. Yes, friends, Thames Television brings you the test card.
Will Smith recalling. So it's not that he actually reported this when it happened during his Emancipation film for Apple TV. He's suddenly recalled a white actor spitting on his chest. That was apparently an ad-lib in a scene for the film. So Will Smith had the conviction and the courage to walk up on stage at last year's Oscars and slap Chris Rock across the face, but apparently he couldn't issue the same treatment to this alleged co-star who, why doesn't he name them? I mean, probably go on IMDb, find out the white actor that might have spat on Will Smith, and take it from there. But I guess, Will Smith doesn't want another lawsuit on his hands. Well, when I say another lawsuit, he hasn't had one yet, but judging from his behavior, you wonder why there haven't been many more lawsuits against Will Smith. So in this video here, we're just going to watch it really quickly.
On, I've gotten more and more locked into these characters for longer periods of time. And it's just...
I always hate when you get these fucking Nimrods interviewers like, yeah, because I bet you if it was a white actor or an actress in front of them, they'd be like, so sick and tired of this, man.
And then he ad-libbed. I was like,
you know what? Oh, I love that face. Let me just see that. Look at that stupid idiot right there, like grimacing. It wouldn't surprise me that this actor comes forward, allegedly an actor who happens to be Caucasian, who ad-libbed and spat on Will Smith's chest. And it's disgusting behavior from Will Smith. He's playing the victim. Of course he's playing the victim. It's the only role that is given to him now from his Hollywood agent because he's incapable of playing anything else. It is so far down the rabbit hole now, isn't it, with Will Smith? I don't think I can ever watch The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air ever again because I can't see Will Smith in the same way. He used to be a really likable guy. But when you got Jada Pinkett Smith, obviously the person who's cucking him from high hell to heaven to do things at the will of a snap of a finger, to obey my command, Will, because I sleep around with other men. So perhaps because you don't really sleep around with other girls, you can just do things to my bidding. And he gets out onto stage. He slaps Chris Rock across the face. But apparently Will Smith is such a beta male, he couldn't even punch this white actor who allegedly spat on him in his Emancipation film. And oh my God, if you want to get back in the good graces of Hollywood, you need to star in the film, pretty much like what Viola Davis has done about black slavery and encapturement. It's so stupid. It really is. You're not going to win any favors. And going onto these diatribe red table talk shows and with no audience, by the way, so you can't get anyone to fire back at you, it's just appalling behavior. Be damned with Will Smith. I don't care. When this guy is no longer around, I won't care anymore. I'll just be like Kane from Kung Fu and just carry on walking into the desert and see what new adventures await me.
Everything you hear every single day is designed by corporate media to do one thing and one thing only: to keep you living in fear.
Some other good news, actually. Star Trek Discovery is cancelled, and oh, shock horror, fans are divided. Others shed no tears at all, feeling that it was the worst of the bunch. Then we have others who are actually happy it's gone. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Celebrating the end of a show that seems to have struggled to find its place in the Star Trek series. Yeah, you had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at some award ceremony a few years ago, naming Star Trek like the most multicultural, diverse show of its time. We need more of this. I'm thinking, does this idiot actually watch Star Trek to know that it's already multicultural from the very inception in the 1960s? So I hate that disregard for something that was already set in stone. But it's like, well, hey, guess what? This Star Trek Discovery, a sexually transmitted disease, it's just making waves. Yeah, they had Stacey Abrams. She's an American politician, larger than life in every sense of the word, playing the planet Uranus. Good riddance to this show. I'm glad. I mean, I watched episode 3 of Picard season 3 yesterday. I know people are divided by it, and some people will refer to it as Pucard. But for someone who has no allegiance to the Next Generation yet, I mean, I enjoyed Seeking Worf. Like the first time, you know what, I'm not going to say any more, but watch it. It's really terrific. I was left like, oh my god, that just happened. It feels like Star Trek. It's really, really great. And Stephen Barton is the music composer. He's the guy behind the first soundtrack for Titanfall. So if you've never heard that, do give it a listen. Stephen Barton being recruited here to do the music for the show has been it's been a godsend, actually. But of course, if we go over to Twitter right here, of course, the epic final season comes to Paramount in 2024 because they're doing effing reshoots. That's what it is. And, you know, you've got people saying, I actually enjoy Star Trek. No, I actually enjoy STD. But this really does hit home the whole get woke, go broke thing. Discovery alienated a lot of people, and it showed in the viewership. None of the other current Star Trek shows are half as woke, and they are all a lot more popular. Well, and this is the gay Republican. Well, there you go. If someone's announcing themselves as a Republican and they're gay and they're making this statement, I guess people like him are actually not surprised. You know, when you got Captain Michael Burnham, you know, he couldn't be Michelle, like in French for Michael, and everybody praising her because she's an ethnic captain and nothing she does is ever wrong, and she desecrated Mr. Spock in the process.
Hello, I'm Bill Bixby.
Have you considered using a female Hulk on your show,
I've
William?
considered it.
And that's as far as it
That's
went?
as far as it went, right.
Let's get on to this very quickly. I just saw this article now, so I thought I'd talk about it. From Bounding Into Comics, California proposes withholding new tax credits from Hollywood productions unless they set ethnic, racial, and gender diversity goals and to develop a plan to achieve them. So in other words, you're going to triple and quadruple down on getting more diversity out there when you're not actually sitting back and thinking to yourself, we've got this character here, they're between the ages of 30 to 45. We could probably perhaps make that an Hispanic person or maybe a black person or whatever you want to do. But no. It's going to be, no, that's not going to be a white person's role. It's going to be something completely different. It's garbage. It really is. Oh, Gavin Newsom. Okay, I'm not a big fan of this guy. I think he's married to the woman who played Kirsten Cohen in the OC. So yeah, there we go. It's, you know, they've got these sub-related headlines here. So, oh, bloody hell. Wow. Here we go. Trudy. So another Yates twins from the Peter Pan and Wendy trailer, which I will be talking about in a second, are offended by the implication that the Lost Boys must be all male in Peter Pan and Wendy. But they're called the Lost Boys because they are boys. By gender, they are boys. It's not the Lost Binary Boys You see what I mean? If you start bringing in the pronoun idiocy of this generation today, then of course you're gonna get confused, aren't you? So Ted Cruz had a very interesting video out on his channel, which I'm gonna give a like to. I'm gonna play a bit of this because I might get a copyright ding, but hear what he had to say about the recruitment process regarding people of diversity, and this is an email that he's reading out from.
Let me read from a part of the email. The email says that hiring practices have developed inside the State Department so that, and I'll quote, that certain candidates could not be hired because they have a disability. They are white men. They are straight white men. They are not of the, quote, right religion. All of these are verbatim quotes from the email of a senior State Department official. My first question to you is, did you clear this guidance?
Thank you for the question, Senator.
Holy shit, she looks like something from The Walking Dead. Thank you for the question, Senator. Isn't it funny? You're discriminating against a white person who has a disability, but if you're not a white person and you have a disability, you're gonna get a job. So regardless of your talent or lack of talent, but as long as you're not white, you know, we're gonna give you that chance that you were denied before, despite the fact you might not have had any discrimination before. So, oh god, yeah, I'm glad that email was revealed and Ted Cruz went on there and did what he had to do. I mean, I had to show this clip because it kind of ties in with the Peter Pan stuff and the general wokeity of Hollywood at the moment. And speaking of Peter Pan, it gets criticized. It continues to get criticized for its depictions of Hook and Tinkerbell. And also something that I didn't pick up on straight away, but the pirates are all straight white men and they're toxic. And who's going to eradicate them? It's going to be Super Wendy and her Flyboys. Can't wait to see that. I know. Oh, by the way, you know when I said that watching that trailer for Peter Pan and Wendy just had me throwing up in my toilet, which I've got to get a good old cleaning later on with some DIY stuff. Don't know why I mentioned that, but I got the Peter Pan Blu-ray. Now, I'm not a big fan of the sleeve. I was thinking of getting rid of it, but it's then referred to as a Disney classic. But if I just open this really quickly, that's the actual proper cover, which I really like. And yeah, the thing which I forgot about in this film is that Tinkerbell gets her bottom smacked. I don't know who does the smacking. Tinkerbell is an adult pixie. She's not human. She's got the womanly features, right? She's curvy, she's busty, and she gets her bottom spanked so all the sparkly dust, the magic pixie dust, the fairy dust, can do its thing. And I forgot that. And it's great that Walt Disney must have had a bit of a naughty sense of humor. I'm pretty sure they knew what they were doing back in 1953. And of course, are we going to see that here? Of course not. No. It's going to be that picture of Yara Shahidi just blowing magic pixie dust at you, which is like, who cares about that? But I'm not surprised. It's hang on a second. I have very little faith in Peter Pan and Wendy because they were cowards and made the Hook, played by Jude Law, unattractive. I'm not sure if Captain Hook is meant to be attractive anyway. He's meant to be quite a repulsive character. Of course, I have to conclude this video with John Campea, okay? I mean, this guy used to be a good film critic for the most part, but look at the headline. Peter Pan and Wendy trailer looks like the best Peter Pan telling ever. Holy shit. On what grounds, John, is it the best ever? I mean, talk about securing your media access. All you have to do is completely go woke, don't worry about going broke, and just shill times 10, so Disney will give you that access so you can watch and praise their film. And look at Jude Law in the poster for Peter Pan and Wendy. How terrible does he look? As somebody referred to Peter Pan as Patel Pan. I did say he looked Indian, didn't I, in the trailer? I said that. I thought, this is not Peter Pan. Who's this guy? You know, they got Wendy right, apart from the fact she's going to be saving the day because That's what you got to do. But hear what John Campea has to say.
Credit where credit's due. This looks like the best iteration of Peter Pan ever. I thought the feel of this trailer was absolutely perfect. And listen, there have been a lot of iterations of Peter Pan. There have. And some good, some bad, whatever. But just the trailer of this. And listen, I get it. I know. We've all seen a million great trailers to movies that turn out to be absolute horse crap. I know.
And this will be one of them, John. Trust me.
That. And maybe that'll be the case here too. Maybe that will.
No, not maybe. It will be.
Very well. But there's something about the feel of it. It just felt so great. Just with the when the one kid says, "Peter found it," like he found all of us, and then they show the little lost boys, right? There's something so
who have lost girls in the bunch.
True about that. And even when he shows up in Winnie's window and her brothers are there, and they're like, "Peter Pan," like just. I don't know. And then, of course, the menacing voice of Jude Law.
Oh, God. Jude Law is not a great choice for Hook. And it's just down to lazy direction and writing from what they showed in the trailer. And John Campea, I used to like it when he was a one-man show. Now he's got a whole team. He's making it into a TV production. He saw Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings about what? I don't know, 20 times already. I've only seen it the once, so I don't want to watch it again. And so it's really, really sad that people just can't appear on YouTube, have a passion for something they like, but also at the same time, they're not afraid to be critical. Do you know what I mean? That's me. 2 years ago, I used to be very much, I can't say bad things about this because I want to be nice. But then I realized, like the Alice Cooper song, no more Mr. Nice Guy. And on that one, folks, if you enjoyed this catch-up of the woke garbage news of the week, and there were some good things to talk about, make sure you hit the like button. Most of all, make sure you share this video. Please, please, please. I cannot implore enough. You got to share this video out because YouTube is becoming douche-tube, isn't it? And one last thing, folks. Get this before they discontinue Tropic Thunder. I have a dreadful feeling they might actually do this. And look at that, $7.99 from Amazon, brand new. Because CEX, when I've been getting stuff from them, it's just the discs are in bad condition. You got those stickers on the front where they're hard to peel off because they've been there for months and months. So I'm going to give CEX a rest now. I'm just going to probably buy things like cameras and see, guest appearance in the cough, and electronic equipment. That's grade A production stuff. That's fine. But look at that. Look at that. Cherish that. Look at that. Wow. What an iconic cover. And that is mine to keep and to laugh at forever and ever. Amen.
Let the joyous news be spread. The wicked old witch at last is dead. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, oh witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead.
Like and subscribe, or get your nuts Krogan crushed.